Hey, what is up, guys? What is up, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a really good week so far. This video, it's going to have a little bit different of a feel to it, and I don't want to come across frustrated because I'm not frustrated. I'm not frustrated for myself. A little background, I own an online LGS. I get a lot of comments about, oh, I wish I could open up that many booster packs. I wish I could open up that many booster boxes. I'm not complaining. Obviously, I love doing this. I love what I do. We open up a lot of product prior to the release of a set, so that way we can stock our online store with singles. So that way competitive players, collectors can pre-order things. That's really the only time it makes sense to open up product to then like resell the singles is prior to a set's release, because as we all know, after a set releases, more quantities are out there, more supply is out there, demand diminishes, and then all of a sudden you have much cheaper singles. But I wanted to record this video because I'm frustrated for you guys. I'm frustrated for collectors. I'm frustrated for casual players. I'm frustrated for the way things are going when it comes to quality, when it comes to set sizes, when it comes to things like that. And we're going to talk about the Silver Tempest Master Set and how close we got based off of 2,232 packs. That's right, 2,232 packs. I say how close we got because we didn't complete a master set, and I think there needs to be some changes, and things are better than what they were with Lost Origin or some previous sets. So I want to give credit where credit is due, and I by no means have a large platform, still a very, very small channel when it comes to things, but I'm hoping we can continue keeping this discussion going because we all share one thing in common, right? We love Pokemon, we love the trading card game, we love collecting these cards, we love the company, and I think it's important for us as the as the end consumer to make sure that we are providing constructive criticism, providing feedback in hopes that things continue to improve and things get better. We're going to talk about Silver Tempest. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. If you don't enjoy the content, obviously don't do any of those things, but regardless, thank you so much just for giving me a chance, just for clicking on the video, just for watching the video. I'm going to flip you guys around because we're going to jump right into things, mostly going over Silver Tempest notes first before we dive into our master set, and rather than actually holding up the binder, going through page by page and kind of flipping the camera over and trying to balance everything, I just took pictures of the binder and put it in only on the ultra rares because we completed all the commons and uncommons, all the reverse hollows, all the hollows, all the regular art V cards, but 2,232 packs of Silver Tempest. And one of the things that I really want to point out from the get-go is card quality issues that just keep going. And these are things that I took note of while I was going. I tried documenting things. This picture that you see on the right-hand side of your screen is one that I tweeted out. This is a spinner rack. And I made a joke on Twitter saying, oh, the spinner racks from Silver Tempest are not peelable. Sag, but unfortunately, this was not, I did not do this to the spinner rack. There was, I mean, I made it worse, but it was already, the foiling was already lifted up on the left-hand corner, which was really weird because the pack was thicker when I opened it up. And this wasn't the only foiling issue that I noticed in the set. There were other reverse hollows that had similar issues, but clearly an issue with the heat or whatever the case may be. And I think part of the reason we're running into so many card quality issues is because there is just this overproduction, this mass production of Pokemon product, of Pokemon singles, things like that, they're obviously putting into packs to get out there so that way they can meet demand and things like that. And I understand wanting to be able to meet demand, but at what cost, right? At what cost are we going to continue to produce cards like this? Because this, a reverse hollow, bulk reverse hollow is only worth, a nickel or 7 cents or whatever the case may be anyways, but now it's worth nothing. And not only is it worth nothing, but it also risks damaging other cards in the pack when it comes across like that. And then there was a lot of whitening issues, which we've seen in previous sets, a lot of centering issues. The centering actually was better in this set than what I saw in Lost Origin. Lost Origin is just really, really rough when it comes to centering, but also a lot of dents in ultra rare cards where you get maybe, I don't know if something fell on top of the packs before they put them in the booster box or whatever the case may be, but there's a lot of dents going on in some of these ultra rares or some of these cards. And then, like I said, peeling when it comes to this spinner rack here, just a lot of issues. And I understand not every card is going to be perfect. There is going to be miscuts, and those are fun to collect. But crimped cards, things like that, they should only happen every so often when you're opening opening up 2,232 packs. You shouldn't have hundreds of cards that are having issues that I'm kind of outlining here. So I think it's important to kind of keep talking about this, and hopefully things keep improving. They're doing a great job of really catering to the end consumer with these alternate arts, and with what we have coming up in Crown Zenith and V-Star Universe. It's really, really cool. A lot of these really cool artworks, but when you have cards that come in that are super off-center, or you have peelable issues like this, then all of a sudden you pull this card that's supposed to be super rare and difficult to pull, and you have a lot of issues with it, and it's like, okay, well, I guess it looks okay in a binder at least, but it's just not, it's not worth the chase then in my mind. So I think it's something that we really need to continue talking about, and hopefully start seeing improvement as time goes on. Doubles everywhere, and I'm going to explain this a little bit, because I've had doubles in sets before where I've opened up booster boxes and there's been maybe 2 of the same V card or 2 of the same VMAX card in the same box, but nothing like what I experienced in Silver Tempest. I had multiple boxes that may have had 2 Hisuian Arcanine and 2 Ho-Oh in the same box as Ultra Rares, and that really has me concerned and starting to get concerned about batching issues and things like that. When we talk about batching issues, we talk about the majority of a specific Ultra Rare being, stuffed inside a specific pallet of booster boxes, and then all of a sudden those booster boxes are kind of going to the same distributor and getting put out to the same LGS or the same area, the same circle, and you're not getting proper distribution of all these cards that are going around. And it wasn't just Ultra Rares, because like I said, I've had it before, not to the extent of what I had it with Silver Tempest, but also code cards. This was the first set where I really had probably over 100 packs where there were 2 code cards in one pack. So with Lost Origin, I did have issues where half of a box didn't have a code card at all, and the other half of the box had 2, but there was multiple booster boxes where several packs had doubles in code cards just in the same pack. Same thing with trainers, same thing with commons, and same thing with uncommons. Usually if you open up a booster pack, you have proper distribution where you will get 3 trainers at the end or 2 trainers at the end of your pack that fill in those 3 uncommon slots. And I had multiple times where it was the same uncommon trainer. And I know they try their best to make sure pull rates aren't the same, and that can happen. But the idea that it happens as frequently as it did has me concerned about batching issues, because it was like nothing I've ever experienced. And I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for a long time, opening up a lot of packs. And then again, going back to this, I've talked about this before, I've touched on this before, but too many Ultra Rares in general. So there's 66 Ultra Rares in this set, 3 Radiant cards, and then 30 Trainer Gallery cards. So if you kind of put all of those together, you're looking at 99 hits that you're trying to get out of opening packs. And we opened up 2,232 packs. And kind of to go back and preface things a little bit more, I own an online LGS. We own the Card Coliseum, myself, and then my good friend Papa Blastoise. We've been doing this, owning our business, basically since the release of Battle Styles, Rebel Clash, around that area. Before that, prior to that, I owned another LGS. And that started out with the release of Steam Siege. We have always opened up a good portion, usually 10 to 12 cases of product prior to a set releases. So that way I can compile pull rate data, but also so that way we can stock our website with singles. I did not have problems during the XY era. I did not have problems during the Sun and Moon era completing a master set. And a master set is something that we just like putting to the side. We buy just, right now it's just Ultra Pro binders that we find on Amazon, and then we just buy those, fill them up, and that way we have 1 or 2 master sets of every set that just kind of grows as our collection grows, that we don't put up on the website. I have not had the issues that I've had since Battle Styles on with completing a master set. I cannot tell you, I have never completed a master set by opening 10 to 12 cases, and it's getting to the point where it's too much. It's just too much. And a lot of people complain about set sizes, and I don't want to complain about set sizes because I don't think that's necessarily the issue. I think if you want to have a 250 card set, that's totally fine. But you need to make, I think we need to make 220 of those cards, commons, uncommons, rares, hollow rares, and that's basically it. Then move on to the 30 ultra rares that you have if they want to be alternate arts in there, and then rainbow rare. It just needs to be less of these specific rarities, because if we break down strong pull rates, and let's just take rainbow rares for example, because those rainbow rares are a nice solid indicator of that you're getting one for every 2 booster boxes that you open, because the pull rates on rainbow rares are basically 0.5 out of a booster box. When you start going from only having 10 all the way up to 30 rainbow rares in a set, there's a lot more variance and a lot bigger of a probability that you're going to miss finding those unique rainbow rares, because you're more likely to pull duplicates or triplicates, because there's more of them in the pot to pull from. There's more duplicates or triplicates to pull from, so your probability is much higher when there are less rainbow rares, because you're going to get the same amount no matter what. But your variance of opportunity to get more doubles and more triples when there's a bigger amount in the pot is more likely when you have multiple rainbow rares like that. So I think they really need to go back. We had throughout XY and then throughout Sun and Moon, obviously Sun and Moon introduced the rainbow rares, but they've been adding additional rarities. So we got all the way up until Rebel Clash, we didn't really have problems completing a master set with 10 to 12 cases. Then when Battle Styles hit and we started introducing all these alternate arts, they didn't change anything, right? They just increased the amount of ultra rares that are in a set, and without pull rates shifting to accommodate that increase, it became a lot more difficult to open up 2,000 booster packs or 2,500 booster packs and then complete a master set, especially if there is going to be batching issues going on. That makes things even more difficult. But let's say batching issues aren't a thing, and let's say that's just some random, it doesn't really exist. But the amount of ultra rares when you're looking at sets like Chilling Reign, when you're looking at sets like Evolving Skies that have about 100 ultra rares without Radiant cards, without Trainer Gallery cards, the likelihood of pulling doubles and triples, much more likely when you have so many to pull from. You're not going to pull as many unique copies when you're missing, 2 or 3 cards. So I just think there's way too many ultra rares. I think they need to go back. Hopefully with Scarlet and Violet, they're kind of going back a little bit, maybe getting rid of rainbow rare trainers, whatever the case may be, but there's just too many, and they didn't compensate for that when they added in all these alternate arts that we saw with Battle Styles. Now they've scaled back on that, and I do believe alternate arts now, like there's only 4 in Silver Tempest. I do believe that those have the same pull rates as what you would get from a normal full art. But at the same time, they just added 4 full arts. They just added 4 full arts, and your pull rates for a full art per box are only like 0.7 anyway. So you're not getting great pull rates. And we'll go over pull rates in full depth on Friday's video, but I just think there's too many ultra rares moving forward. It's fine. Radiants are fine. Trainer Gallery cards are fine. I think those are great inclusions, especially because they take place of the reverse holo, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. I think that really makes opening booster boxes a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable, because you're getting better hits and you're getting more of those, different alternate arts. But when there's just so many secret rares, it makes things very, very difficult. So we're going to jump into the master set now. And like I said, we opened 2,232 packs. So we're missing 3 cards. And what I do, you can kind of see here, binders are only so big now, and I don't like investing a ton of money into binders to store the master sets. I can worry about that down the road. So typically I'll put the reverse holo in front of the non-holo variant. So like the quad stone up here is the reverse holo variant of this. There's a normal quad stone behind it. Same thing with Serena. Same thing with Unidentified Fossil. Same thing with Wallace. The reverse holo is on the front, and then the normal rarity is behind it. I do the same thing with holo rares as well. And we're just starting, like I said, on the full art page, because we did complete all the V stars, but this is where you start getting a little bit more difficult when it comes to pull rates and things like that. So we pulled the Superior V, and we pulled the Chestnut V right there. We actually pulled all of the full art Pokemon. The one that took the longest to pull was the Hisuian Arcanine V here, but we got the Reshiram there, the Alolan Vulpix, we got the Omastar, Regieleki V, Unknown V, we got the beautiful alternate art. The good thing is we did get all of the alternate arts. It took a while to get the Unknown. The Unknown, obviously being my chase card, was the one that it took us the longest to get, but we pulled 2 of those, Mawile V, Hisuian Arcanine V, and then Skuntank V. There's the alternate art Skuntank V, the Magearna V, Regidrago. There's the alternate art Regidrago. The pictures are a little dark. I'm sorry about that. The Lugia V, the Lugia V alternate art, and Ho-Oh V. And this is where we're missing our first section. So this is the first full art trainer in the set, which happens to be Brandon. We did not pull any Brandon card whatsoever when it comes to the full art trainer. So that is the first one that we are missing. We pulled the other full art trainers, but not Brandon. We did get Candace. We got Floriside Girl, Gym Trainer, Lance, Serena, Wallace, Worker, and then we have another blank spot. So this is blank spot number 2. This is the Superior V-Star. So we are missing the Superior V-Star Rainbow Rare. We did get the Alolan Vulpix and the Regieleki VMAX. It took a long time to get this Regieleki as well. We did get the Unknown V-Star, which I know somebody else happens to be missing. We did pull a couple copies of that, but then that goes back to like the whole idea behind batching, and then you start having conspiracy theories and things like that. It gets very frustrating. Mawile V-Star, Regidrago V-Star, Lugia V-Star. We pulled a couple of those rainbows. The Brandon, that one took a long time to pull too. We had 5 cards left to go, and this was one of them. And then we finally pulled it: Candace Rainbow, Florside Girl Rainbow, Lance Rainbow, Serena Rainbow, and then the third and final card that we're missing is right here. That is the Wallace Rainbow Rare. So we're missing 1 Rainbow Rare supporter. We're missing 1 Rainbow Rare Pokemon with the Superior V-Star. And then we are missing 1 Full Art Trainer, 1 Full Art Supporter, which is Brandon. So we've got the Worker. We pulled Superior V-Star Gold. We pulled quite a few of those, but not so many Lugia V-Star Golds. I think we only pulled 2 of these total. Energy Switch, Gapejaw Bog, Leafy Camo Poncho, and then V-Guard Energy. This is just an empty space to separate the actual set from the Trainer Gallery set, which we did pull everything of. I'm not going to go through everything here, but you can kind of glance at it real quickly just to kind of see what things look like. The one that took us the longest to pull in this was the Swordward and Shieldbert, which will be on the last page. You can see going through, this is my favorite of the Trainer Gallery cards right here, the Rayquaza VMAX. This is the most expensive one in the set when it comes to the Trainer Gallery. The Duraludon VMAX looks really, really cool as well. But the Swordward and Shieldbert, we did end up pulling a few of them, but it took very, very long to pull that first one. I would say probably about 1,500 packs to pull that one, which was absolutely crazy. And then the Rayquaza VMAX and the Duraludon VMAX, and then here's a picture of me holding my cell phone. But overall, 2,232 packs, again, not to pull a master set, it is frustrating, it is surprising, but mostly, like I said, I kind of wanted to put this out there so that way there was discussion that was involved, going over the card quality and also going over the amount of packs that it takes to open. And I understand it's a Pokemon trading card game and you want to be able to trade, or you can buy singles and things like that, but I also still think that there's just too much when it comes to ultra rares in the set, and makes it very unlikely for people to go out and buy packs to try and pull a set on their own, because I think there's a lot of people out there who enjoy doing that. When you go back to some of the old sets that you may have started collecting, like Base, Jungle, Fossil, where there's much less when it comes to the ultra rare cards, because they were just holographics back then, where you only needed like 15, 16, and you compare it to now, where all of a sudden you're at 66 ultra rares. It just seems very overwhelming at times. So let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, like I said, I want to keep this more of a discussion-based video. I want to talk about what we can do to improve, because I think that's important, especially as the end consumer of the product. I think it's important to kind of keep that information out there and keep it going, because the more you talk about it, the more likelihood there is going to be as some sort of resolution. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you do, like I said, leave a like, a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Peace.